Ketchup and mustard, Simone. Good morning.
I love it, Olivia. You're making me hungry.
Weather.
But it's exactly what y'all need on a Friday morning, right? I'm Simone Jameson. We appreciate you joining us. The Supreme Court has cleared the way for a South Carolina death row inmate to be executed for one of his two crimes. In 2009, Stephen Stanko was sentenced to death for shooting and killing his friend in Horry County. And this week, the U.S. Supreme Court denied him an appeal in that case. The state attorney general's office sent a letter to the state Supreme Court alerting justices Stanko has run out of appeals and a death warrant can be issued. Outside of the first case, Stanko has not exhausted all of his legal options to the other death sentence he's facing in a 2006 Georgetown case. In that case, he was convicted of killing his girlfriend and sexually assaulting her daughter. People living in Anderson County will have another chance to address the state of their roads on the ballot in November. County Council unanimously approved a capital sales tax referendum's first reading last night. It's very similar to the transportation tax voters chose not to pass last year. Our coverage continues. South Carolina lawmakers reacting after the Board of Education banned 10 more books this week. South Carolina now leads the nation for statewide book bans at 22 in total. In a shocking move for the nation's medical community, the Health and Human Services Secretary is firing every member of a government panel that makes vaccine recommendations. So I actually came back from vacationing on South Carolina's coast and got to play hide and seek with some of the dolphins there. And I feel like if I died and came back in a next life, I would want to be a dolphin.
You would want to be a dolphin.
I would want to be. They're just so jovial and they're so playful and they're always smiling and so happy.
Yeah. They're cute.
A new study shows social media is making kids more depressed. The research by UC San Francisco shows as kids' social media use increased, their depressive symptoms rose by more than a third by the age of 12. And taking vitamin D supplements can slow the body's aging process. A study by the Mass General Brigham found not only does vitamin D maintain chromosomes, it also reduces inflammation and lowers the chance of chronic diseases. In developing, a man is dead and another person is in the hospital following a shooting in downtown Lawrence. It happened yesterday afternoon at Planned Home Healthcare on West Main Street. Police say they found two people shot upstairs in the building. We're told the suspect in the shooting was found dead. In Thailand, an elephant caused quite a stir when he wandered into a grocery store and helped himself to some snacks. The hungry guy devoured rice crackers, a sandwich, and bananas, leaving the shocked shopkeeper powerless. Rangers quickly arrived to escort the elephant out, but not before he made a mess and skipped the bill.
Poor baby was hungry, but what I want to know is how he wasn't stopped before getting into the store.
Yes.
How did that
They had some difficulty addressing the elephant in the room, quite obviously. We have an update on conditions along I-40 near the North Carolina-Tennessee border, where it's closed again. It's only been partially reopened for a few months since the damage from Helene. Flooding and rock slides created this scene in Cocke County, Tennessee. 18-wheelers and other vehicles were stuck in the water. Tennessee DOT says there are 4 separate rock slides and the county road above fell onto the interstate.
We've got, according to the National Weather Service, approximately 2.5 to 3.5 inches of rain in a 2-hour period. Once that rain subsided, our TDOT assets quickly went into recovery mode. We have a goal of getting the interstate reopened in the next 2 weeks. However, we have a significant amount of work to do down here at the interchange at 451. We think that's going to take a little bit longer.
The detours now in place between Tennessee and North Carolina include I-81 and I-26. Those are the same ones put in place after Helene. The back and forth with tariffs between the U.S. and Mexico is already leaving one industry paying the price as businesses and consumers stockpile their resources. SCDOT has settled a wrongful death lawsuit with an upstate family stemming from a crash in Spartanburg County 4 years ago. It happened in April of 2021 near the bridge over Lawson's Fort Creek. Colson Elliott swerved to avoid a car that pulled out in front of him and went down the embankment and into the creek. And a 7 News update, a controversial development in Anderson County will continue after another court battle. The Planning Commission approved the Anderson Reserve development in January.
How much time do you spend scrolling your phone? Well, one survey says the average user scrolls 78 miles a year. That's 3 marathons.
It may be good to exercise your finger, but there's evidence it's hurting your brain. Meg Oliver looks at how it has impacted one student at UNC Asheville.
I would die for one of these turtles. I'm going on record. Those are the cutest babies.
Somebody had tried to make me a turtle mom once, and it was about the size of that. And I took care of it.
Oh, you did?
I took care of it for about 6 months, and then I was like, oh, well, it's time to
What did you
Time
name
to
it?
go.
What did you name it?
Dylan.
Dylan the turtle. Dan, is it turtle walking weather? Should you be a turtle mom?
I don't know, but it reminds me we have a producer named Dylan. I think we're going to start calling him Turtle now.
Turtle
So
boy.
he'll enjoy that.